Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Craps with John. Still in Darkside week here. So let's see. Lots of things to talk about. I want to just, again, thanks everybody for putting up with my late starts this week. I know that you get kind of conditioned to being here 8 o'clock in the morning, my time anyway. Because of work, we're going at 9 and it changes the schedule for everybody. So we're seeing a little bit lower on the overall viewership, but those of you who are on the East Coast maybe have a better time here catching me over lunch. So maybe that's working out. We'll see. Duracell, I'm going to call you out first. Hey, your first one here, which is great. And yeah, I'm doing the monster roll analysis. So what I decided to do, I saw that in chat last night. So for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Hawaii Crap Shooters last night put out their Aliante video where they filmed themselves at the table, which are fun. I usually don't like live casino rollout videos because I find it hard to follow, and I still do, hard to follow the action, who's betting what and like where these things are. But the way that they film those things, they're fun anyway. Just the way that they play is fun. Their energy is great. And when you watch the video, you can kind of follow it. But really what happened last night was one of the guys went on a really good roll, 27 roller. And Mar actually had, I think, a 12 or a 13, I think a 13 roller. And Duracell said in the chat, because I had made mention, everybody was like, "Oh, you should be winning $8,000 on this guy." I'm like, well, maybe not. Like, let's look at the actual numbers because he was rolling really, really good. But what you got to remember is that when people are rolling well, it's the sequence of numbers, not the count of the numbers that you look at. And for example, that guy rolled 4 9s in that roll, zero of those which you would be able to collect on. Maybe one of them out of the 4 or 5 9s. Just because of the order in which things happen. So I want to break that down, break not his throw, but I want to break down the numbers that he threw in the order he threw them and go through, like, not so much how would your strategy have done, which we can all do that together. I will do it a couple times on that, but really I want you to look at the things I look at when I analyze an old roll, and really it kind of helps inform the way that I play. So that'll be fun. That was a fantastic idea you had, Duracell. So I went and ran with it, and I put the video together. I'm going to talk to Brian later today about what I'm going to talk about, and I might even have him on with me as we go through it because I think it'll be interesting for sure, and it was a fantastic idea. And it gets me into this mood of one of the things I've got planned for our show here coming up. And I might have mentioned this, was doing like these reaction videos where I get myself and a couple other folks to kind of come together and take a viewer strategy apart, or maybe something like this, and take that thing down, and 4 of us kind of talk through a strategy or a play or something. And this is like the first time we got a chance to do it. That was a really good idea that you had. I appreciate it. George, you're here. Rumor has it, George, that you threw a 72 roller yesterday. Is that right? That's fantastic. That's absolutely awesome. George, by the way, going live as always, twice a day. And I'm going to call you out here, George. Hopefully you're still listening. George is doing a series now on his channel where he's throwing his dice and logging every roll for a full year, which is pretty cool. I've talked to, as you know, the Wizard of Odds, Michael Shackelford. We talked on our Crapsathon, and one of the things that I asked him what would help him in his quest to kind of definitively give us some data on dice control. He wants rolls. He wants roll data. He needs like 10,000 rolls from 4 different people. So George, I think we've talked about this, but I'm going to take, if you give them to me, your logs to Michael, and he'll happily run the numbers on those. I'm going to talk to Mudslide about the same thing and just try and get some other folks that are doing this to roll. Henry would be a great candidate as well, to roll through and take 10,000 of your rolls and give them to Michael, let him run the stats. That's going to be pretty fun. So as we roll through here, Craps Fan is here. Good morning. On point. Mike is here. Guys, get on Michael's channel for sure. He's getting started, just brand new here, but I love the way he breaks it down and plays it and just gets inside of your head as you would at the casino. Good job there. Who else is here today? We have Ken. I know you can't stay long, Ken, but hi. Hey, Ken, how you doing? Let's see. SJ, haven't seen you in a while. Good morning. Who else is here? Boy, there's so much chatting going on. Joseph Smith is here. Albert C is here. What is the most times I've rolled a 7 or 11 without another number coming up? I have myself seen 7 or 8 times. Between 7s or 11s, I rolled 5 7s in a row just when I was in Vegas the last time, and I was on the back wall lay. I actually was on the back wall, rolled 5 7s in a row, and I tapped out. Just one of those magical, walked up to the tables, got the dice, rolled 5 times, and I set a point, and I'm like, I don't even care about this point anymore. So I just put up 44 inside, rolled 9 times, and went home. It was pretty fun. Doesn't happen often, but when it does happen, it's pretty cool. For sure. Let's have some coffee, baby. All right. My coffee today is in one of these. Have you ever, I don't know if you guys have had these things, show it to you, the 50-50 cup or the Hydro Flask. I poured this coffee like 2 hours ago because I was teaching high school this morning. This thing is still too hot to drink. These are fantastic. Hey, Jim, how you doing, buddy? In your world today, teaching high school. So I'm subbing for a teacher this week, so it's kind of fun. So all right, Brian's here. Brian, hopefully you heard what I said. I'm going to break down some of your roles from last night's episode. We're going to actually play out. I'm not going to play it out. I'm going to put the roles on screen and kind of go through it. So I think it's going to be really, really interesting and informative, I hope. On point, saying my live streams are a great way to connect. I agree. Here's the thing, and I've gotten some very interesting feedback from you all, which I want to share with you here. So this part of the day, I love. I love coming in, chatting, looking at the thing, getting the instant feedback. It's great. And I say this all the time. It's great now while we're here together. It sucks in a week. Like in a week from today, this chat means nothing because everything we're talking about happened. It's topical, right? That's why I've been taking these live streams and chopping out the teaching part or the good part or the meat, the red meat, I guess, and making a separate video, and it goes up as a separate thing. I'm trying to find a way to do that so I can have a 20-minute video on how Hoppin' the Reds works, and then an hour-long live stream that's somewhere else that you can still watch it if you want to see the stream and the chats. But if you want to just get the red meat, I have a different video for that. I'm working through how that works. I don't know how to make it happen, other than doing a separate channel for just the stream. So I'm getting there. We'll figure it out. Appreciate you guys sticking with me on this. I really thank you for this, James. That's a really, really sweet comment. I teach for a living, right? This morning I taught high school students. Tonight I'm going to be teaching adults programming, and now I'm teaching craps with you all. And it's like my audience is so different all day long that I sometimes forget who I'm talking to, and I want to make sure that we're hitting the right marks. Another new announcement: I have the new camera. You're seeing for the first time my camera angle pointing this side of the room. This is the old camera that used to be on top of the table. So this is the old camcorder. That's a HD camcorder. On top of the table now I've got a 4K camera. So now we're getting better quality up top and a better quality here. That's cool. So on point, I did make a playlist I already have a playlist. The problem is that I've got, and this is a good thing for you to hear, right? As a YouTuber, and Waylon and Ken and Brian, all of you all that are YouTubers, here's the thing, and I'm going to educate everybody on how this works. The YouTube algorithm is the way that the whole thing happens, right? When you have a channel like mine and I do a video, today's video is a good example. Today's video, by the way, a lot less rolling, a lot more talking. How does the house edge work when you're hopping the Reds? I'm going to use the Reds to kind of talk about house edge. That's a great topic. And what YouTube does is a couple of things. One is they analyze the video. So they have a thing where they do closed captioning on the video. So after this video airs, you can rewatch it, press the closed caption, and all the words I say come up on screen. What YouTube does is they index every word that gets said in the video that I'm actually speaking, the words, plus my title, plus my description, and they decide what the video's about. And then when somebody new comes along, some new random person says, hey, how do you win at craps? This video will never show up because I'm talking about everything but craps right now. So the majority of my words are not about the game. Only in that one section of it is it about the game. So what happens is these videos get buried by the YouTube algorithm and new users don't find me. If I slice out the red meat and just the part about the house edge and make that video is loaded with words about craps, and YouTube loves that and gives it to more people, and that's how the channels grow. When I did this switch on Monday, so last week we went from 1,480 subscribers, whatever it was. I think I gained 6 subscribers last week. I've gained 37 this week. because of the change I made with the video. Just by changing the video format, it makes the channels grow. It's unfortunate you got to play the game with YouTube a little bit. And having 160 live streams, which I do on my channel, dilutes the content from the other stuff. So it's like, I got to find a way to make sure that for us to grow and get more users and to make ourselves relevant, this morning show has got to live somewhere other than front and center, because it hides everything else from all of our new users. I'm learning as we go here, and I'm doing some consulting with some folks who know more than me to try and figure out the best way to do it, because I don't want to lose the content in the sea of other stuff. But I love this show, and I'm never going to stop doing this show. So that is the plan. And I hope that all makes sense, everybody. I know that I give you some of the inside baseball stuff. So yeah, I got to say, dude, have you seen this? On Point, say Way to Craps over and over. If you ever watched this, have a laugh. There's a guy that I used to subscribe to. He's a roulette guy. I forget his name, actually. But every thumbnail he has says the GOAT on it. And he's a bald guy. He says winning roulette strategy 1,000 times in his videos. You watch that video, and if you like took a shot every time you said winning crap strategy or winning baccarat strategy, you wouldn't make it past 10 minutes. He's totally feeding the algorithm, right? I'm not going to play that game. I'm just going to talk. I was raised on this concept that content is king. If you're saying good things and the content is good, people will find you and the algorithm will work. This part here, it's fun, but it's not quote unquote good content. This is just good for us to kind of sit here and play around every day. So all that said, tonight's show at 5 o'clock or so, I think it's 5:15. We're doing or 5:30, I forget. We're doing the Hawaii Crap Shooters thing. It's gonna be fun, a really fun breakdown. And Brian, I know you're still here. If you want to jump into that, let me know over email or something, and I'll make sure that I can bring you in, and we'll talk about that role. And I also want to talk about Mars' role, because Mars' role to me is the more important one to talk about, because it was 13 rolls, which is an above average roll. And I want to look at how most people would have attacked that roll. 13 rolls is good. How much money can you make on 13 rolls? It's going to be interesting to see those two, the way that I break them down. Anyway, this is going to be, today I want to talk about the world's worst strategy. And I'm going to call him out. Hey, Jeff, how you doing? I'm going to call out two people for running this strategy online. Uncle Angelo ran it. The first time I ever saw it was Uncle Angelo. The second time I saw it was Jacob from Wager Me This ran it, I think about a year ago. Both of them were about a year and a half ago. It's a hop in the reds kind of strategy. And, and I watched it and I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. And then I ran the numbers on it. I'm like, this makes 0 sense at all. And then I tried to roll it out and it made even less sense. But it gives me a really good chance to talk to you about something called House Edge, which you probably hear about a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and switch screens here and show you something interesting. This is the strategy that I'm talking about. And the strategy is hop in the reds or hop in the skinnies or hop in the 7. And what we do with this strategy is this: one of two things. You can play the any 7. Now, not every table has hopping 7s. My table doesn't. I'm going to pretend that it does. They have a thing called any 7. Any 7 pays 4-1 or 5-4-1. It should be paying 5-2-1. So here's a situation where, like, every bet on the table, the casino screws you just a little bit. Okay, it should be paying 5-1. Why? There are 6 ways to roll a 7 out of 36. There are 30 ways not to roll a 7. So on a hopping bet, which is a 1-roll bet, you have 6 ways to win, 30 ways to lose. It's a 5-to-1 ratio. That's what you should be paid for that bet if you're paying true to odds or true to probability. They're paying you 4-1, so they're screwing you. The house edge on that is 16.67%. And I'll explain how that works to you in a minute. The other option we're going to do today is this hopping strategy, right? So either any 7 pays 4-1, 5 or 5-4-1. The hop pays 15-1 or 16-4-1. Now, on the hop bet, what I'm seeing, some casinos are paying 15-4-1, which is an even deeper screw job. That's awful. You see that? You get out of there. But even at 15-1, it's an 11% house edge. And I've heard house edge explained this way, which is if you bet $100 and you win, this is how much money they're taking from your 100 every time. It's like the price of doing business, right? So if you're betting the pass line with odds, the house edge on that is 1.41%, which means if you're playing the pass line and you win, and you, for $100, let's say you could do a dollar bet on the pass line, you would lose $1.41 every $100, no matter what. This casino is just basically siphoning off the top of all your bets by 1% on the pass line or 1.3% on the 6 and 8. On this bet, it's 16% of your money. Now, I want to show you how that math works. I'm not going to give you the algebra. Okay, Michael Shackelford, Wizard of Odds, go there if you want the algebra to see how it actually is calculated. I'm going to show it to you in reality. Here's the reality of how the house edge works. I just logged that on my screen. The reality is this. Looking at how much you should win versus how much you actually win. And that's how we break it down. Let's say you did 100 bets on the any 7 at $1 a bet. So you bet it 100 times. Out of $100, you should win 16.67 times because the 7 comes, that's the ratio of 7s, right? 16% of the rolls should be a 7. So if everything is probability, you'd win 16.67 times out of 100 on the hop. I'm going to round it to 17, which means 17 times you would win $4 on that any 7 bet. Out of 100 rolls at $1, you'd win 17 times. That's $68. And that means 83 times you would lose $1. So out of 100 bets, you lose 83 times, 17 times you win $4. The math works out to be your $100 minus the 83 that you lost, plus the 68 that you won, $85 total. So out of $100, you won exactly what you should have won. The number of times is perfect. You lose, you're still down $15. That's the house edge, right? If they had paid you 5-1 like they should have, in that same scenario, you'd win $102. Now the extra $2 comes because I rounded up to 17 from 16.67. Okay, it would be $100 even if the decimal wasn't there, if I didn't round up. So house edge is exactly that. If you win at the right rate of probability and they paid you based on that probability like they should, like true odds on the don't or true odds on the pass line come bet, that's the true payments. The only time you get true payments is on the odds bets, on those things. This is house edge. This is where they bleed you dry. When somebody says a bet is 15% house edge or 12% house edge, this is how you have to look at it. Look at, if I'd won that bet the right number of times out of 100 and I was paid what I should be paid, I'd be even. But instead, they're sucking the life out of me. And this bet here, $16, 16% of the time, right? That's what their tax is. So it's pretty brutal, the house edge. So I want you to kind of take a screenshot of this later on, like on your phone, like do the thing. Remember how house edge works, because when you hear that number, that's how you calculate it. This is the screw job you get. Out of 100 bets or $100 bet, they're taking 15 to $16 on the any 7, and they're taking 11% when you hop the 7s. Brutal, brutal bet. All right, so here's the strategy we're gonna run today. I'm gonna go to my table here, and we're gonna run kind of a, like I said, the world's dumbest strategy. And I know that I don't mean to call Jacob out because Jacob ran it once, just by running it doesn't mean he endorses it. I don't endorse this. I don't know that even Uncle Angelo endorses it. He just ran it once. But I'm going to show it to you anyway because I've seen this now twice on YouTube. I'm sure it's out there other places. And let's talk about what the bet is. I'm going to use a couple of areas on my table here to kind of demonstrate how this works. So we're going to put our bets out here in the come. Actually, no, I'll put them up here. I'll use the any 7. I'll use this bet here. Even though I don't have the hop bets, I'm going to use the any 7 box to represent my hop bet. So I'm putting 3 bets out here, hopping. And the way that hop bets work is you're betting on, we've got my other dice out here for you so you can see. Here we go. Hop bets are, you're betting on 1 roll bet, on the 6-1, on the 4-3, or the 5-2, okay? Each bet is on that one, and that one to win. So when I roll a 7, let's say that I rolled the 6-1-7, these 2 bets would lose. That bet would pay $15. It pays 15 to 1. Your net profit is 13 bucks because you lost $2. That's how the hop bets work. Maybe I'll leave them right there. Maybe that's actually a good place to put the bets so we can see them. And I'll roll these dice here. So I'll put my hot bets right there. What I'll do is I'll take my losses and I'll put the losses I'll put them down here on the don't pass or something. Or maybe, can you see up here? No, I'll put the losses here. I'll stack them up here. And I'll pay my wins from my losses. So you can see how this thing works over the course of time, where you can't make your money. I'm going to roll it out two ways. And again, trying to prove to you, don't do this. Even though people have said this is a strategy that can win, this strategy cannot win. You'll see that after about 12 rolls without a 7, you start getting into negative territory and you can't get it back. It just runs out of, you run out of money. So what I've got in my rack is 500 bucks. I'm going to do it at the dollar level. I've got 325 in green. I've got 100 in red, and I've got 25 in white, or 375 in green, I think. Make sure I got that right. 375. 1, 2, 300. Yeah, 375 in green. 100 in red is 475 and 25 in white. We're going to roll out this strategy, and I'm going to basically, on every 3 rolls, I'm going to increase my bet. We're going to ladder it up. We're going to go 3 $1 bets, 3 $1 bets, 3 $1 bets. Then I'll go to $2 for 3 times, and then $3 for 3 times, and so forth. Jacob ran this at the $5, $10, $15 level. I think Angela did as well. I'm going to do it at the ones just to see. So I'm going to roll. We're not going to care about the point. I'm looking for 7s. Okay, we're going to roll this out until I make a little bit of money or we lose it all. And you'll see that if we get a good roll here, and sometimes I do get good rolls, believe it or not, this will crush your bankroll and there's no way to recover from it. So I just want to show this so you can get a sense of how this strategy could possibly play out, but it does give us a chance to look at house edge, and that's why I want to roll this out. There's a 7, a 4, 3, so we lost 1. I didn't take the money away. The first one we lost. That second one here, we just rolled a 7. So we're going to lose these 2. This bet here pays 15 bucks. I've got $5 here, plus 10 from the bank. So we actually recovered a little bit of our losses and a tiny profit. I'm going to take $2 out of that and come back out again. Now, as I'm rolling this, we'll talk more about when hop bets are useful. These hop 7s are useful, not as a strategy on their own, like we're doing here, although we just won a second time. They're useful, I think, in actually what I'm going to do here is this. I'm going to go ahead and swap out these 2 because the whites are easier to see. Another 7 there, by the way. So we lose 2. We win 15. I'm going to take 2 more from my rack and put it back out there again. So we haven't actually leveled up yet because we haven't lost, which is kind of nice. The hot bets are useful on come out protection. You can use them as a 1-roll bet to save your don't pass or whatever you want to do. They have a small use, but I wouldn't use them like this as a go-to strategy. This is a 5, 3, 8. So all 3 will lose. That's level 1, by the way. This will help us track levels too. There's a 3, 1, 4. So again, all 3 lose. 3 more come out. 6, 1, 7. Okay, so we're going to lose these 2. That's going to win 15 bucks. So we're going to take, here's $5, 6, 7, $8 from our losses. I'll take 5, 6, 7 from the bank, and that's 15 bucks. I'll replace 2. I'll take these whites and this red back to my rack. So that's how I'm going to pay myself. I'm going to use my losses to pay for the wins, only because I want you to see if we get down in the weeds here, at some point we're gonna end up in a negative position if we get enough non-7s. We'll roll it out. Who knows? Maybe my rolls today, like we're doing here, I'm rolling. How many 7s is that? Like I think I've rolled everything today has been a 7 except for like 1. There's a loss of 2. There's 15 for that 1. Back to the rack that goes. And 2 new ones come out. This is actually a fantastic Darkside roll here. There's a 4, 2, 6, so we'll lose all 3 of them. Level 1. There's a hard 10, 5-5 hard 10. Level 2. Or I guess attempt 2 at level 1, I suppose. 6-2-8. Okay, so finally we've lost enough to have to go up to $2 per bet. These are, by the way, I'll spread them out. They're $2 bets. Hopefully you can see them. 5-4-9. Those will all lose. 2, 3. 3-2-5. So those all go down. And again, I need $6 to do this. So the 5 and a 1. I'm going to get 5 whites for that 1 red. 1, 2, 3. We're going to want to get a 7 here pretty soon. Oh, off the table. Same dice. Boxcars, 6-6 boxcars. They come down to, now we're about to be at level 3. I'm going to have to move these out of the way, I think, to get some room here. Now I need $3 bets on each one, so I'm going to take $10 out. And what I'm going to do here, I guess I'm going to be out of white chips here pretty soon, but we'll do $3 units. 1, 2, 3. I'll spread that one out for us. There she is. There's the 7. Okay, so we're going to lose 4-3. So we'll lose these 2. And this one here, the 3 units, each one pays $15. That's $45 that we get on this 3-unit bet here. $45 for 3. Now, let's pay it out of the losses that we've got here. So I want to see how close we get. Did we win enough to cover what we lost to get here? So these are $6 stacks. I'm going to make them 5. So there's 1, 2, there's 15, there's 30, or 20 rather. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, $33. So that's good. We actually made at a $45 win. We had $33 in losses. So we're going to need from the bank here 33. So I need another 35, another 12 from the bank to make it correct, the correct number. Now that comes back to my rack. I needed all these whites back because I was running out, which is good. Good timing on that. Small little profit there, right? And then you're kind of sweating it a little bit because you're at level 3 there with all those, $9 at a shot. And, if you didn't win there, the next one would have lost you money. Here we go. Starting the sequence over now with that little bit of a win. 6-2-8. Repeat the process. I'll do it one more run through. We'll probably show a little bit of profit here today, which is good. But again, not your ideal go to the casino strategy with. There's a 5-1-6. That's a loss. Now we're going to go to level 2. 1, 2, $2 units. That is a hard 10 the hard way. Again, 1, 2, 3. $2 unit. 4-1-5, that rolled. 4-1-5, that was. Digging deep again. $2, $2, $2. 6-2-8. Okay, if you're a probability person, this is the time, right? $3, $6, $9. Those are $9 bets. Not our $3 bets. This is the time, right? The 7 comes once every 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7th roll, we're overdue. Should be coming, right? The 7 is due now. If you're that kind of person, there's a 5 or a 5-1-6. So that also loses. Now we're at level 3. So this is, oh boy, I'm going to put that. I'll put it over here in the middle. I need $9 again. So take that from my bank. 3, 6, 9. $1 change. Need that 7. 5, 1, 6. Unfortunately, lose another $9. Now you're at level, third time at level 3 here. I need another $9. There's 10. You get $1 change. 3, 6, 9. Here we go. What's that? A 549? A 549, so it was another $9. Now we're here now, so I'm running out of room, so I'm gonna have to make these down. This is level 1's losses. 1, 2, 3. Here's level 2. Here's level 3. 3 times a loser there. Now we're gonna move up and have to get to $4 at each level. It's gonna cost me $12 out of my rack every time. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm running out of white chips. So I'm gonna put, let's see, the best way to show you this, I think, is to probably color some of these things. I'm gonna color these up just because I need the white chip. I'm out of chips. Let's color, no, I wanna leave it like that. I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna show you $12 out here because it's 4, 4, and 4, which is $12, but I'm out of white chips. So I'm gonna show it to you that way and just understand that when we get a 7 here, it'll pay out the right way. There's a loss, 5, 3, 8, another loss. Now we're here. So again, $12 coming out for the next set of hops. Wow. 5, 1, 6, monster roll, baby. Another $12 needs to be coming. There's 5 whites. Here we go. Let's get it. Ooh, aces. Wow. Okay. So now we're bumping up. Now we're going to be at level 5. Now we need, instead of 4 per, we need $5 per. 1, 2, 3. Now we're at the $5 on each bet level, and we're going to get smoked here in a minute. There's a 9, 6, 3, 9. We're going to be out of money. There's that one. Do it again. 2, 3. Hard 4. Our last one at level 5. Come on. Ugh. 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm gonna put that one here. Geez, Aloo. All right, now we gotta go to $6 each. So 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 4, 2, 6. I might never roll a 7 again. 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I need to get some more change here. 1, 2, 3. Hard 6, 3, 3, hard 6. All right. We're doing what, $6 at a shot here? So that's going to be, boy, how am I going to do this? $18. I'm totally out of white chips. So $18 for all 3 of them. Give me a 7. Oh man, 5, 4, 9. All right, we're out. We're out of that. Look at this roll, guys. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 rolls. Looking for a 7. Can't get a 7, can't buy a 7. We are at $6 per bet each. Now we're gonna be at 7 per bet. That's $21 per bet. I'm gonna have to color some of these whites up just to get in my rack correctly. So I'm gonna take 5, 10 there. So I'm just gonna get these kind of, so I can go. So now I need 7 per. 1, 2, 3. 2, 4. Boom. $7. Can you believe we're at level 7 on this damn thing? My kingdom for a 7. 415. There we go. Boy, oh boy. Okay, I'm running out of room. This is going to be over. This level 7 is going to be here. So there's $7 each. 21 bucks. There's 25. Wow, I'm just out of white chips. We gotta get. Let's see, 5 there. Put that down below. Just kind of at a loss here for how to do this. I didn't expect this to go this long without a 7. There's 25 bucks. We have to do it every single time, I guess. Now we're going to be at 2, 3. Okay, we're at the $7. Still at $7, right? No, we're at $8, $9 each. Good gravy. This might be the last one I've got. Okay, we're at $9 now. We're at level 9. We've gotten all the way through. Geez. Is that right? Nope, level 8. Sorry, my mistake. Level 8. All right, let's get a 7. Ugh, there it is. 4, 3, 7. Good Lord, that took a long time. 4, 3, 7. That is a great roll, though. Right? Too bad we're not playing any other strategy except for this one, right, today. So what does that pay? I've got 8 times 15. That's a lot of math for me right there. What's 8 times? Somebody give me what the answer is. 8 times 15. That's 80, right? Plus 30. 8 times 5, 80 plus 40 is 120. That pays 120. That's not a bad payment, 120 bucks. Do we have 120 bucks in losses over here? I don't even know if we have enough money to pay ourselves. Let's see. Let's color all this up and see if we have 120 bucks out here in losses. I don't know that we do, but I'll pay myself from here first. And somebody check my math. I believe that 8 times 15 is going to be 130. So, because 8 times 10 is 80, and 5 times 8 is 40, and I add those two together, and it feels like it's 130. So, let's see how much we got here. We're going to go to 5, 10, 15. There's 25 in white. What a pain in the ass. Your dealers would hate you for doing this. All right, there's 50. There's 50 in white. Yay. And my reds. My God. We're gonna be fine. We'll actually make a little bit of profit here, which is good. There's 25, 50, 100. In reds. All right, there's 100 bucks. I'll do it. Ah, crap. I'll pay those in greens. And here we have another 25, 50 bucks, which is good. And in these whites here, we have left over another 10 bucks. So what we had in our rack, or in our loss pile here, was 100, 210, $211 in our rack. There's probably an extra $2 that I'm missing. $2, right? So that pays 125, 30 for the win. So our profit after all that was 76 bucks. And we were at level 18, right? We were all the way through all those levels. And look at our little piddly profit after all that work and sweating our rack down to it. Not a great showing for the strategy. I mean, yes, it showed a profit. It made me sweat more than it made me happy, though. So would I recommend doing that? Hell no, I would not recommend doing that. But I wanted to show it to you as a measure of seeing what house edge looks like. Again, not a recommended way to play. However, it does prove the point that house edge is a bleed for sure. And honestly, that was a really good roll. That was a 20-something roll right there that you could have made hundreds, thousands on Yet we made 75 bucks and sweated the whole time. So it was 120, not 130. You're right, George. Thank you. 80 plus 40 is 120. So, all right. So we made $95 instead of $85 there at the end. So good, good, good. All right. Let's see. There's probably a ton of chat going on here as we did that. And again, Friday fun day, right? Doesn't matter that was a terrible strategy, because the point of the day was the house edge talk, right? This is so that was brutal, wasn't it? Waiting for that damn 7. It's funny, you're waiting for it and it just does not happen, right? Start betting 50 because the 7's coming, right? Interesting, pretty funny. That was a brutal strategy, but here's the takeaway. The strategy sucks, we know that. That's not the point. The point is this one, the house edge. Remember the house edge discussion. If nothing else, this is what matters today, right? When you hear that's a big house edge, that's what it means, right? This is the screw job the casino does to you. They siphon off a little bit off the top, and this math right here, this is how this plays out for you. So you can do it with every bet on the table. You can do the house edge calculation on the 6 and 8, right? What should you get paid on the 6 and the 8? Versus what you actually get paid on the 6 and the 8. And over 100 rolls, if you got paid the right amount of money, what would happen is you would end up with $99 or $98.60 instead of 100. That's the little bit that they take off of those bets. The 4 and the 10 and the 5 and the 9 are a little bit higher house edge, so they're taking $3 or $4 or $5 off of those. This one is $16, man. $16 house edge on that thing? No, thank you. That's just not worth it. Now, again, the hop bets are useful, right? They're useful in certain circumstances. If you have a 1-roll deal where you got to beat the 7 for 1 roll, you got a $100 don't pass bet or a $500 don't pass bet because you've laddered up so high. Maybe in that case, I would hop 1 time and burn it for 1 roll. I would not do what I just did over here and try and roll through a hopping 7 strategy that's going to just roll. You're not going to make money at that. But use the hop for what it's worth or what it's designed for, which is a 1 roll, save myself from something kind of a bet. It's a tool, right? But it's not like it's not the way to get from point A to point B. It's a tool. It's not a car. Look at it that way. All right. Let's see here. When your ladder would have eventually won there, right? One thing we didn't check on, right? And of course, I wasn't playing with the puck. So with Waylon's statement here, you would have won. It depends on, again, how the rolls happen. Like and I wasn't tracking, so I don't know when they happen. But when you're placing numbers, if you're working all the time, your 4s and 10s are paying. If you're not working on the come out rolls, then your place bets, of course, don't win on the come out 7s. And sometimes your ladder may not have been the same ladder it would have been, if that makes sense, right? It depends on when the don't pass loses versus when the don't pass wins, when the ladders happen. I might not have made a lot of points there. I may have rolled a lot of numbers, but not made a lot of points. So I don't know how many times your don't pass would have lost. Maybe it's worth going back to the video and seeing the rhythm of that roll, because I was just literally firing for 7. So I'd love to see what would have happened there for sure. Yeah, this is true, Craps fan. And this is that fear of missing out, right? Hate going a long roll with the dark side and not switching. I said this earlier in the week, which is dark side play is all about patience. You got to just not care. You're looking for a number. And, how do I say this right? The table is what it is, right? Everybody's going for their numbers. And they're all winning and high-fiving, and you're sitting there waiting for the 1 bet. It's like, good, let them all win. Let everybody else win. It's good when they all win. Just save the 7 for the end. And that's it. If that's your grind to do that, it's all good. Just know that that's your place in the world at that point in time, is just to be grinding, and it's okay. Like, own that and live on that. That's the idea. If you start switching in the middle of it because you're trying to catch it, that's when you get screwed, because you know what happens next, right? That story never ends well. Let's see. Oh yeah, I got it. I'm just, random comment here. Love some Leonard Skinner. I'm hearing you there. Yeah, you're 50 bet on this. Oh, I see. You're saying when you said to ladder up. Did you time that perfectly, Waylon? Did you say put 50 and that's when I rolled the 7? That's great if that happened. Pretty funny. Oh, James, sorry, man. Sorry you got the Rona there. Everybody's getting it right now. This Omicron is it's everywhere. From what I hear, though, it's orders of magnitude not as bad as the old version, the Delta or whatever it was. And maybe this is herd immunity. Maybe this is like the settling down of we can survive it. It sucks, but we can survive it. And we start climbing away, and this becomes the flu next year. So let's hope that. Pro Craps roll it was a loss. Let's see. The remainder was no. I actually won. You're right. I completely screwed that up. Thank you for pointing this out. I had my loss. I covered up my losses. I won the 120, but I still had that $75 that's sitting here. Let me pull this back. I called this a win, and it was a loss. You're 100% right. I screwed that up. This was what was left in my loss pile, and I colored it up because I was trying to make sense of my white chips. I actually lost this money. Good. Thank you for pointing that out to me. Terrible math on my part. Good. Maybe I'll throw this video away because that was terrible math. Good comment there. I should actually, when I cut this video back down, I'll make that point a little more clear because my losses didn't cover the wins. So thanks for that. Boy, what a dumb mistake. I really appreciate it. And that's why we're all here, right? Good deal. Fox wants us all sick. I don't think any news channel wants you sick. I think everybody wants you sick. And this is, again, I'm by the way, another little announcement here. I'm starting a new YouTube channel soon, which is my opinions on the world. And this is one of them, right? I believe that there is a ton of money in COVID. COVID is a moneymaker for everybody. It's in everybody's best interest to keep you all sick and down and on their medicine and buying. You couldn't sell your house and get a COVID test anymore, right? They're everywhere. Somebody's paying for that, right? So too much money being made on this damn thing. Let's just get better and power through, huh? All right, yeah, totally good for a reaction video. All right, everybody, that's it. It is 10 o'clock Friday. I got to get to actual work here. So I'll see you tonight at 5 or 5:30-ish, whatever time I set the video for. And we'll do the Hawaii Crap Shooters analysis. It's going to be a fun one for sure. I got a lot of, not slides, but I got a lot of data to show you on that thing. We'll break it down. It'll be super, super fun. And bring your whiskey. I'll see you again tonight. Thanks for coming today. God bless y'all, and I will see you in the evening. Where's my outer?